heart, when you're happy inside, everything else in your life is easier. So how do you get to that place where you've got the peace and you've got the happiness? You need to be able to turn off your head and listen to your heart. And you're going to learn more about that today. But we tend to live in our heads, and that's that little voice going, worry, 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 stress, stress, stress. I have this to do, I have that to do. And when you learn to listen to your heart, and from there, a lot of that stress goes away. So I'll get into a little bit more of that. We have three brains. Most people just think of us as having one brain, our head brain, right? But in actuality, the most powerful brain in your body is right here. It's your heart brain. We just turned it off over the years listening to our head brain. And then the third brain is the gut brain. And the gut brain is more about, if there's danger around, you're going to get that gut feeling it's not right. And you need to pay attention to that brain too. The brain has actually many parts to it. I'm just going to talk about two of them today. The conscious brain, which is in your frontal lobes, right here. This is the one you want to listen to. This is your learning, your science, your math, your problem solving, your figuring things out. This is the head you want to listen to, the brain you want to listen to. In the back of your brain is the cerebellum. And the cerebellum is where your belief systems are. All the things you heard, experienced in your life growing up has become your belief system, and that's all back there. And that's the thing that sends the worry into your head, stress into your body, and that type of thing. So learning to turn off that voice and learning to listen to the heart is where we're going to go today, and listen to the conscious brain. So the conscious brain, we only use about 5% of our conscious brain, believe it or not. The part that we learn and educate, people that are very much into learning and ongoing learning may have more to 10%, but for the most part, 95% of how we operate in the world is based on this cerebellum, which is what we don't want to listen to. And I teach people how to quit listening to that voice and how to begin to listen to the conscious brain as well as the heart. And so, like I said, the heart brain is the most powerful brain in your body. And when you learn to listen to your heart brain and respond to your heart brain, your life will change. Another name for your heart brain, intuition. We were all born with it. We just turned it off as we started trying to fit in with society. Our culture actually drives us into our brain, our cerebellum versus our heart brain. So, the gut brain I discussed a little bit, and basically that's your warning. That's your warning system. Basically, your body, your heart, your body knows what's best for you. Your heart pumps or beats 115,200 times a day. Did you know that? Do you have to tell it to do that? If the blood pumps through your system 2,000 gallons a day and you don't have to tell it to do it, right? You cut your finger, it heals. You're not saying, finger heal, please, right? You don't have to control it. Your body knows what's best. So that is learning to listen to your heart, listen to your biology, listen to what it's telling you, instead of living in this little voice in your head that you don't want to be. So let me talk about why we got to the point that we live more in our head. And 98% of the people that I coach, I'm a life career business coach, start out in their head. And when they learn what I teach, their lives change right in front of them. That absolutely transforms. When you're born with natural intuition. Every single little baby is born with intuition. Watch them. They follow their heart. They gravitate towards the things they love. They gravitate, like my one son loved blocks. Taking things apart, putting them together, figuring things out. He's an engineer, right? My other son was all about leading the other kids and telling them what to do and selling them on their ideas. Sales, right? So they followed their hearts and moved into professions that work for them. But not everybody does that. So what happens, you're born with this natural intuition, and pretty much when you're a baby, your mom lets you follow it. You go along with it, you do what she's saying, and then as time goes on, the older you get, you begin caring more about what everybody else thinks. It's about 10, 11, 12, and into junior high that all of a sudden peer pressure becomes more important than your own heart and what feels right to you. So you might have bought a really cute pink shirt before school started, and somebody said, oh my goodness, and you'll never wear it again, right? And you start really, really caring about what everybody else thinks and what everybody else feels. And that takes you into the hole, that takes you into the place back here that we don't want to live. So then you move on up into high school, and all of a sudden, instead of focusing on what makes you really happy, it's all about the grades, so you can get into the right college. Then you get to college, it's all about getting the right classes so that you can get the profession that makes you the money, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean happiness. So based on what I've said, what do you think comes first? What should you focus on in your life? Should it be the success or should it be the happiness?
Happiness.
Yeah, happiness comes first. When you're happy, success will follow. I coached a winning Olympic athlete, owned 8 companies, was a billionaire, and extremely unhappy because he went after the money and proving himself. He did not go after happiness. He started working with me to find that, and when he started selling off his companies and doing things that really filled him up and started doing nonprofits with all that money, he is the happiest person around, right? So don't go after the money. The money will follow. You want to go after the happiness. We are trained to focus on success. As we grow up, everybody say, don't wear your heart on your sleeve. Don't be so sensitive. Don't do this. Don't do that. Instead of saying things like, what does your heart say? How does that feel? And so basically what I do is I take people back to feeling and get you out of the head part. And so basically, as we've already said, success doesn't necessarily equal happiness, but happiness almost always means success. So the peace is within you, it's within your body, it's within your heart. You can actually feel it. You can actually know and learn to listen to this voice in your body and your heart again. So what I'm going to do is teach you a couple tools today, and you're all going to participate to learn these tools to begin to really tune into what speaks to you, how it feels, what's going to make you happy, what's going to make your heart sing. Because it's really about beginning to trust your own instincts again, learning to trust your heart. So the first thing is what I call the warm heart. So when everybody in the room, just in your mind's eye, think about a pet, a dog, a cat, a baby, or a place that you love to be, that when you think about this place, your heart just warms up. You feel your heart warming about your place, your pet, your baby. When you get that warm feeling in your heart, I want you to just quietly say, my name is, and say your name. Go ahead. Okay. Now I want you to say, my name is George. So everybody get that warm feeling, and then say, my name is George. Did your heart cool off on that one? When your heart's warm, it's going to warm with truth statements, and it's going to cool when it's not true. And sometimes it's like saying, like, your thing is a dog, and you say, I love my dog, and then you say, I don't like my dog, your heart will cool. Learning to listen to your heart, and whether it's warm or cool, is going to help you make better decisions every single day of your life. When you listen to the warm and follow the warm, you will be 100% happy all the time. The next test, everybody gets to stand up. You're going to put your feet a little more than hip distance apart. It's called the sway test. And what we're going to do is we're going to first say a truth statement. So whether it is, I love my dog, I love my cat, I love this beach, I love this person, this baby, whatever your truth statement is, I just want you to kind of close your eyes and say it and see if you can feel your body move. Your body will lean into truth and it'll fall back from light. So first say your truth statement and notice your body. It might expand and it might lean. Yeah, I see a lot of people moving forward. Good job. Now I want you to say your lie statement. Think something that's dead wrong about you and see if your body goes back or see if you collapse a little bit. Is everybody feeling that? Okay, go ahead and sit down. Your body, like I said, your body knows what's best. If you didn't feel it and you didn't experience it, everybody is different. Some people feel the warm heart more and will follow that. Some people feel this way. Have any of you ever been to the doctor and he'll have you put your arm out, or the chiropractor, and he'll say, ask you a question. When your arm holds, you're saying truth to him. When your arm drops, you're actually lying to him. So it's a muscle test. And just so you know, that's what he's doing. And it's a lot of times you might not know if something really hurts. And so you might say, well, I don't know, and he's going, yeah, you do, right? So what you can do yourself, because it's hard to do this, is a muscle test. So do the okay symbol with one hand, and then okay symbol with the other through, so you can walk. And just keep a soft hook. It's not like holding it like you're never going to let go. It's a soft hook. And say your truth statement. I love myself, or I love my dog, or I love my baby, whatever it is, and it's gonna hold. Now say your life statement, and guess what happens? It releases. It releases. Everybody work? See me after, come by my booth and talk to me, and I'll show you more if you didn't quite get it. But that's the muscle test, and I did it before the screen. Now, here's the powerful part. When your heart, when you're listening to that sway, you're listening to the warm heart, you're listening to the muscle test, and you're following your heart, and it's in coherence with your head, you are unstoppable. Whatever you want to have happen in your life is going to become your reality. You just have to have them in agreement. And this is the frontal lobe part of your brain, not this back part that we don't want to listen to. So let me explain why I say that. There was a DNA test experiment done back at the HeartMath Institute back east. They had 3 control groups, all of them trained in mindfulness and heart coherence. All of them held little tubes of DNA suspended in deionized water. So the first group was told to have the intention, to set the intention that they want to see this DNA changed. They tested it 2 minutes later, no significant change. The second group was supposed to feel it, know it in their heart that it was going to change. Really, really trust and know in their heart, no significant change. The third group had the intention, felt it in their heart, they were in coherence, major change to the DNA. So what that's telling me, and should be telling you, is that when you are knowing in your heart, in your biology, what's right for you, and you're in agreement in your head, magic, guys, magic. My life is magical. Ask anyone who knows me very well. I have the most amazing life, and it's because I live this way. I live this way. My heart and my head are actually, I feel the connection. I actually feel the electricity. Here's what it looks like, folks. I feel the electricity going between my brain, my frontal lobe, and my heart. And when I'm on like that, I do no wrong. I know I'm right. I know that I'm going to be happy. I know that everything's going to work out perfectly. Everybody can live like this. I'm not special. There's nothing special about me. I grew up, I had the stress-related diseases. I worked in corporate America. In fact, I worked with this woman right here. And we ran hard and we did a lot of stuff. And it wasn't always easy. When I started learning these techniques and turning these things, my life changed right in front of me. And yours can too. So next, so that was peace. Now we're going to talk about purpose. So what happens, as I explained with the evolution, is everybody kind of goes down that path in life and they're following their head, or what mom and dad says, oh, you like music, you can't make any money at music, don't follow that. You can't make money at art, don't do that. So pretty soon you're looking at what you can do to make money instead of what's going to make you happy. And that is where a lot of people then end up coming back and saying, oh, I hate my life. They come to me at 30, 40, 50. I hate my life. I hate what I'm doing. I want to find a new life. And that's why most people come to me for career coaching because they're just had it. They're ready to be happy again. And so we start with the peace and we move into the career. So basically, listening to your heart brain is what's going to lead you towards your purpose. And I have a lot of techniques and tools that I use to help you kind of get there. But if you just learn to listen to that, you can maybe find even your own journey, your own way. So in reality, in the world today, there's a great big gap with how we present ourselves to the outside world and how we feel inside. And the reason we do this is nobody wants to be the negative Nelly, right? Nobody wants to go, oh, I don't feel good, or no, life's not really that great. Well, let me give you my own example, and Debbie's going to be able to relate to this. Is I was a very successful corporate leader. I had a very amazing job with an amazing company with amazing people, and I loved everything about it. I had the house in suburbia, the car, the boat, the vacation property. Life was good, right? So on the outside, everybody's going, oh, wow, Marla's got it all together. But guess what? On the other side, I was tired, I was exhausted, I was pushing too hard, I was trying to do too much, and I was not that happy. But nobody ever saw that until I actually went down sick because I couldn't function anymore. They didn't see that part of it. They saw, oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm great. Life is great. I got this, I got that. It's not about what you have, folks. It's about how you feel. That was a perfect example of me going after success instead of authentic happiness. And I learned in my life now, and I'm lucky enough that I'm young enough still to enjoy life in more of an authentic happy place than in a stressed out place. It's not what you have. It's not how you look. It's not what you wear. It's how you feel.
And that's one of the biggest things, if you walk away from here today, is really tuning into how you feel and what feels good and what feels right. Following that, listen to that intuition, listen to your heart, your sway, your muscle test they gave you. Because when you learn to listen to how you feel and whether it feels good or not, you're going to get extreme clarity on who you are and what you want in your life. And you're going to start saying no more to things that don't feel good and don't feel right. Only 10% of happiness is based on external factors. So you can go out and get the nice car, you can get the nice house, you can get the nice clothes, and you'll feel good for temporarily. It's a temporary high. Well, on the new dining room table, folks. That gives me a temporary high, right? But that's not what my life is about. That is not what my life is about. My life is about how I feel inside every single day. And my husband calls me happy feet because I wake up every single day and I'm just like, I have happy feet. I have a happy heart. I have a happy head. And every single one of you can live in that place. And when you do, life is amazing. The Surgeon General says there's actually one primary factor that's going to increase your longevity, improve your health, and increase your success. That factor? Happiness. When you're happy, when you have the happy feet and happy heart and happy head, you will have all those other things. Other underlying reasons why we're not happy. Guys, our society's kind of messed us up. I hate to tell you that, but they have. Did you know that we have 60,000 thoughts a day? 45,000 are negative. 75% of what we think is negative. 90% of that is what we thought the day before. So basically what we're doing is we're like pre-programmed to be negative, to be in this bad space, and we keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. It's just like, oh my goodness, turn that voice off. That's that cerebellum. That's what cerebellum I'm talking about. Learning how to turn off that voice. We're trained to find problems. Think about your profession. If you're an accountant, your job is to find errors. If you're even in marketing, your job is to make sure everything's accurate. You gotta edit it, you gotta read it, you gotta prove it. It's about finding problems. So we're even getting more programmed for the negative based on our job, right? Yeah. So that's how we operate in the world, is in this negative place, is in this. And that's the thing we want to shut down, because when you begin to operate in your heart and go from there instead, that's the life-changing piece of this. So your purpose will become more apparent when you listen to your heart, when you tune into your body and you listen to what it's saying to you and what feels really, really good. When you are happy and you're loving what you're doing, everything starts getting better in your life. I guarantee it. And I have a lot of clients, in fact, I have clients here today who would be happy to speak to that and say how much their lives has changed, if they're willing to say anything, but their lives have changed because they have moved from living in this place into living into this place. So again, happiness leads to your prosperity, so we're going to move into the prosperity piece right now. And so we're going to begin to experience the power of happiness, because that's going to lead to your success and your prosperity. So I just want you to all team up in twos based on how you're sitting. Find a person in front of you, behind you, if you're not right next to somebody. And I want the person on the left to be A, and the person on my right, my left A, the person on my right B, or however you want to do it if you're on the ends. And I want A, no matter what, not to respond. Just look at the person straight in the eye and don't respond. B, I want you to look at A, and I want you to look him in the eyes and give him the most heartfelt, genuine, authentic, loving smile you can muster up. Feel it from your heart, feel it from your face, feel it from every part of your being. You smile now at your partner, and I want to see your Okay, so how many people smiled that weren't supposed to? Is there anybody that didn't smile? Okay, but you really had to work hard at it if you didn't smile, right? You really had to work hard. I use this technique every single day of my life. I walk into a grocery store and that checker's been on her feet for 10 hours and she's tired, and I give her the best smile and she's almost is smiling back, and then she's smiling at the next person. The power of smile is amazing. Keep smiling, pass it around the world. You're going to feel better, they're going to feel better. So that's the power of the smile. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your words become your reality. And that's what I'm talking about. So if you say, I'm stressed,
body's gonna hear? Guess what your body's gonna do? It's stressed, yeah, right? And so if you say, I don't feel very good, you're not gonna start feeling very good. There's actually, here's what's happening. There's this little thing in your brain called the amygdala, and it's your stress alarm of your body, and it's kind of the fight or flight thing. So this little message that you're thinking in your head, or you're saying in your mouth, or you're reading even, or whatever, you say it, and that's sending little chemicals down into your body saying, oh, she's stressed, make her stressed, and all your little body organs line up and start stressing you out, right? And so when you can say what you want, focus on what you want and not what you don't want, you can change your outcome. You can change your reality. So I never say I'm stressed. I never say I don't feel good. I might wake up. In fact, this morning, my husband's been sick with that awful cold flu thing because he doesn't follow my advice. He's my worst client. Man, what can I say? And he goes around and tells everyone, I'm my wife's worst client. He's so proud of me. Anyway, so I do have him coaching with somebody else, so I don't have to give him much advice. But there's times I'm just like, if you caught that in the beginning, you feel fine. So anyway, I woke up with a little congestion this morning. I don't have it anymore. You're not going to hear me hacking and stuff today, and I didn't get his bad cold that everybody else is getting because I wasn't going to get sick, right? I feel great. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say, oh, I feel sick or I feel it coming on. I'm going to focus on what I do want, not what I don't want. So, okay, so how many of you wake up, and oftentimes this happens at night. When you sleep at night, you might not have gotten the best night's sleep. You wake up and you're tense. Your jaw might be clenched from whatever you're worried about. Your head might hurt. Your tension might be in your neck and shoulders. So you're waking up with all this tension. Here's a tool. I want you all to close your eyes, and I want you to visualize a bubble above your head, a bubble like a kid would blow. And that bubble is floating above your head. No matter how big and heavy it gets, it's going to keep floating. And inside that bubble is a magnet, and it's the most powerful magnet in the world. And I want you to allow that magnet to pull out of you every bit of stress, anything that doesn't serve you, any tiredness, stiffness in your neck and shoulders, exhaustion, tiredness, worry, anxiety, anything that does not serve you, pull it out. Just keep pulling it out. That magnet is so powerful to just keep pulling it out and pulling it out and pulling it out and pulling it out and pulling it out until your entire body, your head, and everything feels lighter. How'd that work for you? Everybody feel it move? It's stuck energy. We're energetic beings. Everything is energy. It's just stuck energy. So anytime you have a headache, don't just pop an Advil. That doesn't do you any good. Pop a magnet. Pop a bubble. When you're done with this magnet and the bubble, just touch it. It's going to float up in the universe and dissipate. You're gone. That's it. You're gone. I start every day with that technique, whether I feel the heaviness or not, because if anything's in there and I'm not really aware of it, I'm pulling it out, right? Okay, we don't breathe. We tend to charge through our day and we don't think about deep breathing unless we get on that exercise bike or we're doing something where we're working out, we gotta feel the breath. Oxygen oxygenates your body, it keeps you alive. We don't fill it up. We're shallow breathers. So the breathing that I teach everyone to do at the beginning of every day, whether you think you need to or not, it will start out your day better, is a 3-part breathing. So it's breathing in through your nose, and you hold down a count of 3, holding it for a count of 3, releasing all stress through your mouth on a count of 3. Just let it go. So let's do 2 more times. So deep breath in. And release. One more time. And release. Feel lighter now, right? A little more centered. Pretty amazing how you can just put up a bubble and pull all the stuff out. You can breathe and you can start feeling better right away. The next thing is what I call grounding. We live in our heads because that cerebellum controls us, so we tend to be head-based, and that's what sends us into the stress, the worry, and the anxiety. So I'm going to teach everybody to get grounded. So I just want you to visualize yourself. You can stay set, and I want you to close your eyes and visualize yourself as a big, beautiful oak tree, standing tall and proud in your field. You've got beautiful branches and leaves coming off of your tree, and the sunlight's coming down and warming you and making you feel amazing. And you feel the roots of your tree begin to flow out of the bottom of your feet, down into Mother Earth where they wrap you around the crystals. And I want you to feel the calming, peaceful, healing energy of Mother Earth flowing back up those roots. I want you to feel it flow into the bottom of your feet, where your feet begin to tingle and warm. I want you to feel that warmth flow up into your calves, up into your thighs. Allow it to move. You might be stuck, you might have tension, but just allow it to move up into your hips and into your core. Feel it flow all the way up into your head, across your shoulders, down your arms to your fingertips. And when you feel that warm, buzzing, comforting feeling, turn up the volume like you would a stereo. And just feel it resonating throughout your body, warming your body. It's grounding you. It's putting you into a better feeling situation. How many people were able to feel that all the way through? Yay, good job, guys. If you didn't, it's okay. When I first started this, I couldn't do that. I got stuck part way, right? Because I was so tense in the upper body, I couldn't get it through. So don't worry about it. You can learn and practice. The more you do it, the more you have it. So happiness is a choice. It's an inside job, tied to the heart, right? So another thing that you can do when you are stressed and tired and you're working and you're going, yeah, it's easy for her to say, I got 2 kids or 3 kids and I'm running here and I got grandkids and I got this and I got to do that and I got to do that and I got to be at work, and everything that you have on your plate, you start going into stress mode. Don't let it get a hold of you. Stay in that breathing, grounding place. Doing breathing and grounding in the bubble every single day is going to put you in a better space in life. So when you start to go into worry and anxiety, pull it out. If it's worry, pull it out. If it's in your heart or in your head, my head's worrying, pull it out like a physical thing. Everybody reach towards whether you have stress, worry, anxiety, whatever you have, pull it out. You see it in your hand, say, hey, anxiety or stress or worry, thanks for showing up. I know you're trying to help. You want to acknowledge it. You want to thank it. You're going to toss it away, and you're going to begin to listen to your heart. The more you do that, the more you pull that out and throw it away, the better you're going to feel. I guarantee it. So, like I said earlier, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions become reality. And so you want to say what you want, but an important part of that is actually setting intentions. Every single day, part of my morning work, besides my breathing and my grounding, is I say my intentions. Like I might want to have an amazing day. I always say I want to live my life with ease and grace. And so set the intention. Don't get too specific. Don't say how much money you want, where you want it, when you want it. I'm sorry. You want to say more specific happiness kind of stuff and how you want to feel. And it might be around, I can coach anybody if they want to stop by my booth. I can give you suggestions. If you have things you want to achieve, I can give you ways to say it in a way that is probably going to become your reality if you start doing what I suggest. But it takes 3 positives to erase every negative. So if you think about it, 75% of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions are negative. It takes a whole lot of intentions in what you do want to get rid of that negative. And I realize it takes work, and it's not easy because I've been there, went through it. So other things you can do, I'm just going to start listing all the things you can do, and I have only a couple minutes left, so I'm going to keep moving on it, is you need to spend time with people you like. Because you're the product of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're around happy people that are positive, you're going to be happier. If you're around people that are negative Nellies and draining you, guess what? It's going to affect your energy. You want to be grateful. They've actually proven that if you write your gratefuls every day, 5 gratefuls, and I write 5 gratefuls every day, if you write them, that is more likely to be a reality in your life. And these people have been measured as like 40% happier than the majority of the population. Write your gratefuls. It's easy. Defining what's right versus wrong. Like we're trained in the negative, we're trained to go up and say, you know, you're not doing that right, or you're not doing this. Start finding what people are doing right instead of wrong. Always start conversations with that, especially if you're a boss. That's always going to help them want to work harder. And then you can say, and we can work on this, but you started with what's right. Make mistakes, folks. Your greatest pains, your greatest gains. The more you make mistakes, the better you're going to learn. My best learnings and my worst life events that happened to me have made my life better. I got laid off from a long-term company after being a superstar at it, and that was the best thing that ever happened to me. At the time, I was angry, and I was upset, and I was in disbelief, but you know what? I do what I do today because of that, and I'm thanking my stars every single day for this. Exercise, meditation, nature, I can't emphasize this enough. Get outside. Do things outside. It's extremely healing. It's full of healing energy. Meditative quiet is really, really good. And exercise, of course, you know, is good. Kindness. Do things for others. I do stuff for people every single day, from as simple as a smile to trying to do things for others. I'm always giving. The more you repeat the things that I'm talking about and keep doing them, your life will start to turn into one you want to live. You will have the life you desire and dream of versus the life you might feel stuck in. So, like I said, I do morning work. I every single morning do it without fail. So when you do all of the things that I've mentioned, your prosperity will grow. It will get stronger and stronger. But just know it's baby steps. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to be magic from one moment to the next. You got to work this stuff. You got to make it happen. It starts with happiness, and it's in your hands. You completely have the ability to bring happiness and joy into your life. So today, be happy. That's your assignment, and you will begin to feel more peace, purpose, and prosperity, and more direction and happiness in your life. So I wanted to, up here, if anybody's interested, I have some free classes coming up. I have some low-cost classes coming up. If anybody's in the coaching realm and wants to be trained as an energy coach or in Reiki, I've got it up here. I've got a little sign-up sheet, and I've got handouts. So